Well, Manchester United, what can you say about them that hasn't already been said? Well, they do meet a team that they did struggle against in the very first game of the season. It was looking like a 0-0 draw. Then Aaron Hemwood, the heroic hero, scored the goal in the 90th minute, pretty much the last minute of the game, to actually clinch the game despite missing a penalty in the middle of the second half. What will Swansea have a moment of revenge on their minds? You can definitely bet so, but maybe Louis Van Gaal could have made their job a little bit easier with the FA Cup game against Everton and Goodison Park in mind coming up shortly. So he swapped things around. For Swansea, Fabianski was a hero in the first fixture and he starts again. Todelde, Barkley, Ahmad, Taylor, defence, Taylor, Carroll, Keeson Young, Dyer, Montero, midfield, along with John Joe Shervey, Wilfred Bonney. Speculation about him moving to Manchester City in the summer, but he starts up front today. For Swansea, for United, David De Gea retains his spot in goal with defences Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, Johnny Evans and Tyler Blackett. Daley Blind, Herrera, Fletcher in the midfield. Mata will play behind Falcao and Will Keane. Falcao, a lot of people saying that this could be his final chance to prove himself with James Wilson returning from injury. He was training with the squad today, but Louis Van Gaal has decided not to risk him. James Wilson, you don't want to aggravate an injury of such a young up-and-coming star like Wilson. And Falcao now coming under speculation and scrutiny, really. A lot of people saying he hasn't really proved himself in the latter stages of the season anyway. But I think it's been fair to say that other people have took the spotlight for him rather than Falcao not actually playing well. So I think it's just the fact that Manchester United have had such a stellar season that not everybody can have the spotlight. And I think Falcao could be just a victim of that more than anything else. But this whole Manchester United squad has certainly played much better than they did last season. There was no doubt about that. The new signings have fitted in ever so well, and here's one of them, Daley Blind, skipping past everybody already. Oh, and picked up by Will Keane off bad clearance from Swansea. And they hurriedly clear it away. Will Keane right on point. And boy, has he proved himself in the second half of the season. He's come alive, Will Keane. And he's certainly one that Gary Monk's side have to watch out for here. Onto to Herrera. Keane and Falcao linking up very well in fact. Having the ball amongst themselves, and Herrera misreading the pass. And Nathan Dyer is able to pick it up. And a good tackle from Tyler Blackett, which ends up injuring the player only momentarily, although he's going to be back to his feet, so that's good news. Manchester United pretty much full points from full amount of games recently. It's no stopping at the moment. Falcao, and it was worth a try, not a bad idea. Falcao trying to catch Fabianski unawares, and if he can repeat his heroic performance against Manchester United in the very first game of the season, even saving a penalty from Aaron Hemwood, then it could be well a draw here. The former Arsenal man, criticisms at Arsenal or not, he's certainly been a good pick for Swansea this season. Carol to Mata. Mata's a bit short. The pass was a bit short, my apologies, to Mata, but Montero was able to pick it up anyway. Trendy to John Joe Shelby. Good pass, but Blackett able to pick it up from the back. A rare start for Tyler Blackett this evening, but one that he has more than earned. But the likes of Luke Shaw and Rojo and Hummels really do put pay to that. But Tyler Blackett is certainly one for the future. He proved that in the early stages of the season under Louis Van Gaal's 3-5-2 formation that he used. Tyler Blackett was one of those that really proved himself well. It looked like a good cross from Falcao, but just ended up a bit too short for the penalty area than anything else. Lee Young to tackle from Blind. Falcao. And that is dispossessed again. And that is being kept in by Nathan Dyer, and it's completely cold from Phil Jones. Jones expected that to go out. Here comes Dyer. It's picked up by Chris Smalling. And the cross was I think it was Evans. Something coming up from the edge of midfield there. But Manchester United caught completely cold. Nathan Dyer, the United players thought he put it out. The linesman said to play on, and they did. They could have scored from it. Gary Monk, an admirable job at Swansea so far. It's a good move by Montero here. Picked up by Blind again. Herrera to Falcao. It's going to be interesting how Herrera and Mata fit in today. Both Spanish teammates, of course. Spain having a terrible World Cup, though. But it certainly hasn't lowered the spirits of Mata and Herrera. Here's Falcao with the shot. It's blocked. The referee looking to play advantage for Attacker earlier. See if he books the player. And it's Wilfred Boney. Manchester City bound at the end of the season. He'll be joining the likes of Christian Benteke up front. Certainly going to be something City are going to be a force to be reckoned with next season. Cavani, Benteke, now Boney, all heading in that direction. Manchester City's strike force is pretty much going to be probably very similar to United's strike force. The only difference is United's defence is much stronger than City's at the moment. City losing a bulk of their players in the last summer window. Dzeko and now Jojo Shelby has a long patch of grass to run into. But Jojo Shelby's forced back. Is Talidi, pursued by youngster Tyler Blackett, and so pursued that they've almost gone to the edge of the centre circle here. Swansea, you need to really get forward rather than backwards, and that's why Will Keane's picked him off. And Will Keane, we know he likes to run. Oh, it's a beautiful looking ball, and Fabianski struggled with it a little bit there. Not at all confident. But in any case, play goes on. Montero. A tackle from Blind again. Blind is really playing well. Matt has tricked out the Swansea defender, has ended up on the floor. Swansea get it back though. Here comes Carroll. Good clearance by Johnny Evans. Another one under scrutiny. Falcao. It's hard to imagine any Manchester United players under scrutiny at this rate. But Falcao is alone, and there is questions over whether Van Gaal will spend the £40 million he needs to get Falcao. Don't forget, Manchester United had to be mindful of the financial fair play rules. So they already spent 65 million on 60 plus million on Di Maria, plus the 40 million they paid for Hummels as well. So our Manchester United, they're going to have to be probably careful in the next window. And they bought the likes of Stoughton as well. Fortunately, though, that wasn't as much as you'd think. Header and De Gea just about, I almost said Di Maria there. De Gea just about getting there. And Swansea with a signal of intent there. It's Talani. Well, David De Gea's save wasn't all that convincing. And as we were saying, Streetman came over for a lot less than what you'd think. But they did lose Nani in that occasion, and Manchester United with a little bit of criticism that they don't really play wingers. But do they need to? Manchester United have done so well without them. You're always going to find a problem when you're Manchester United. The spotlights are on you in the Premier League all the time. And even when you win, sometimes it may not be all convincing. Newcastle United have scored against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. Great start for Newcastle. And John Carter doing very well against City at the moment. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case at United. United run over them pretty much. They ran over Sunderland too, their last opponents. And then we're just finally able to sit down after such a run of games that he's had. So he'll take the rest. And oh, good volley there off the cross. Half hour played. Wilfred Boney sending another signal of intent. Looks like Swansea are going to be here to play tonight. Good save by David De Gea. Could have so easily gone through him there. David De Gea, really good save. And it's going to be Ki Sung-yuan with the corner. He's headed to Tyler Blackett, who heads it away. Falcao will pick this up with Taidi chasing him pretty much. And Falcao's riding everything. Brilliant skill by Romelu Falcao and keeps the ball. Fantastic stuff by Falcao. Great balance and control. Now, United looking to break forward, but unfortunately not doing so. Swansea good defending here. Here's Cal. He rolls out of play. With the throw. James to Blind. Fletcher. Got to give Darren Fletcher such credit. Still playing his best despite moving on at the end of the season. Here's Mata. Oh, and that was close. Not a bad idea. One Mata. Almost immaculately putting Manchester United ahead. This is a great shot. Fabianski's rooted to the ground. And it just goes wide. And Juan Mata almost spectacularly putting United in front once again, but unfortunately it goes wide and have to play for the goal kick. Herrera heads it down and Keane picks it up. Great foot touch from Falcao, really playing well at the moment. Great touches from Falcao in this game so far. Here he is again. Mata turns and finds Keane with the pass. Offside. Against Will Keane. Well, the youngster has really proven himself, and maybe he and James Wilson could be the strike partners of the future. A lot of people calling them the next York and Cole, which could be it's a big pair of shoes to fill for both players, but they've certainly proved it so far this season. That's to Keane. Falcao, brilliant pass from Keane, and Falcao, great save from Fabianski. Falcao's offside. Well, nevertheless, it was a great pass from Keane to find Falcao in the first place. Yeah, marginally offside. I'd say this is a great decision. The linesmen will reach the end of the first half. 6 minutes from it. Swansea free kick. Goes over the head of Herrera, but Manchester United get back anyway. Bad back header there. And you don't want to give Manchester United gifts like that very often. Mata. Small appeal for a penalty, perhaps? Referee says no. Dyer. Would Manchester United even want the penalty? Here's Blind. Falcao. Blind again. I don't think Blind intended that. He made his pass wayward. Shelby. Here's Boney, met by Evans. Great pass, Falcao. And again, Swansea with the great defending. He did this at Old Trafford as well. Here's Herrera. Montero. And Swansea appealing for a foul. Montero's down. He's not hurrying back to his feet either. Play goes on. 3 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. And it's Talib with the ball, the right back. And that's a bad shot, really. And substitution. And that will be for Jefferson Montero. So obviously the injury hurt him a lot more than you thought. And there he is, clutching the arm. And Wayne Routledge comes on. And Montero looks like he's suffered an arm injury. Probably similar to what Henwood suffered at Stoke early in the year. Henwood has come back so much stronger though. We'll have to see what Montero's injury diagnostics come out to us. We'll get news when we get it. We'll bring it to you. Oh, great pass to Danny Blind. And Danny Blind hasn't really scored since Everton, I believe. And that wasn't a bad idea either. Again, Fabianski rooted to the ground. Manchester United shots have been majestic stuff. Rooting goalkeepers straight to the ground, not even attempting to save it. Fabianski was almost beaten again. Manchester United with a lot more intent this time around. Gavin De Gea on the other side has been stopping Swansea in every turn. Here's Routledge with the throw. One last chance for Swansea. Picked off by Smalling brilliantly there. Here's Blind. And the pass was for Scholes-esque, so they didn't find anybody. And there's the half-time whistle. Very even game thus far. 0-0 at the Liberty Stadium. Swansea came to play, as did United. And if we can just find a breakthrough, we're probably in for a cracking second half. Swansea City 0, Manchester United 0.